Now today I'm going to be making some chunky oven chips. Now most of us love chips, but I thought I'd do them in the oven this time rather than sort of, frying them in loads of oil. Do them a little bit healthier in the oven. Now for making these oven chips, I'm just going to quickly go through the ingredients we're going to use. It isn't going to take long because there isn't many ingredients. Now potatoes, I've got some nice big potatoes. Now I've chosen these ones called Marfonna, but you could use Maris Piper, Desiree, whatever potatoes you would use for say making roast potatoes will work lovely with this. So I've got these ones, but use whatever you like. Now with the potatoes, what you want to do is peel them and chop them into nice chunky chips, and then we're going to parboil them. So you just boil them in a bit of boiling water for 5 minutes until they've just softened down slightly. Once you've done that, drain them off, and then we're going to brush them with a little bit of olive oil. Now, as an alternative to olive oil, you could use groundnut oil. That's a really nice one as well. Once you've got the oil on there, just sprinkle them with a little bit of salt, freshly ground black pepper, and they're ready to go in the oven. So nice and simple to make. So now I've gone through the ingredients. What I'm going to do is get the potatoes all prepared. So just going to peel them, chop them into nice chunky chips, and then we're going to put them in boiling water. Now I've come over to the hob, I've peeled my potatoes, chopped them into nice big chunky chips. Now what I'm going to do is boil the kettle, I'm going to put a little bit of boiling water in there, put the chips in there, top it up a little bit more water. So I'm going to boil the kettle. Now I've just boiled my kettle, just kind of speed it along a little bit. Now I'm going to start off with a little bit of boiling water, then I'm going to put the chips in and then top it up. That way it doesn't all overflow. So let's switch the heat on as well. So I've got the water bubbling away there, so it's boiling. And I'm just going to put my chips in. That's it, I've got them all in there. And I'm just going to top it up with some more boiling water from the kettle. The reason I'm doing it this way is I don't want it to overflow when you put the chips in. That's it. Let's just put a lid on that. And keep those sort of boiling away. Really, you only want to parboil these, so I would say probably about 5 minutes, but we can always test it with a knife. When you stick a knife in, if they just about come off, that's just about done. Just like you would if you were making roast potatoes. Now I've had mine boiling away for just over 5 minutes. Let's just check one. I think I'm going to leave them just a little bit longer, so probably give them another couple of minutes. Now I've left mine a little bit longer. In total they've had nearly 8 minutes. I mean it does depend a little bit on the potato you're using and the size of the chips you're doing. These, you stick the knife in, they're just about falling off, so that is really fine. Now what I'm going to do is switch the heat off, go over to the sink, and I'm going to drain them off. I'm going to keep them in the pot to do this, rather than putting them on a calendar. And let's just be careful. Just try and tip the water away without losing the chips. Get a little bit more out of that. That's it. So I'll take the lid off, and there's the chips all ready, to put the oil on. So I'll just leave them for a couple of minutes, let some of that steam out, and then we're going to go over to the table, put them in a baking tray, put some oil on there, and then a little bit of salt and pepper, ready to go in the oven. Now I've got my baking tray there. It's a good moment to switch your oven on and get that preheated. So just going to switch mine on. That's it. Now with the chips, just carefully pour those out. See if I can get them all in. Now let's just move those around a little bit. See if we can just lay them all flat. Might have done a couple too many. Let's take them two out. That's it. Now what we can do next is just get some oil. Now I'm going to be using olive oil, so just going to pour some in there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just brush the outside. Now I'm doing that because I want to make sure every one of them gets coated all the way over. And then what I'm going to do is just turn them over, flip them over and do the other side as well. So I've flipped them all over, and again just going to give them another brush in with the oil. That's it, all done. Now again, let's use some freshly ground black pepper and also some salt. Job done. So those are now ready to go in the preheated oven. So I'm going to place the chips in the oven, a preheated oven. That's it. Now, temperature wise, I've got mine in at quite a high temperature, 250 degrees Celsius, which is 475 degrees Fahrenheit, gas mark 9. Now in terms of cooking time, you really want to cook them until they've got a nice golden brown colour, and what I would say is probably a couple of times you want to just pull them out, turn the chips over so you get a nice colour all the way round. So I'll leave those cooking away and come back in a little bit, turn them over. Now my chips have been cooking for 15 minutes, so let's pull those out. Oh, it's starting to get a bit of colour on them. Lovely. I'm going to put those on the table, turn them all over and then place them back in the oven. So I've turned the chips over, pop them back in the oven. I might even get away with just turning that once, so I'll leave them, see how they go, and carry on cooking until they're all looking yummy and golden brown. Now I've left the chips for another 15 minutes, so they've now had 30 minutes and they're looking good. Now what I'm going to do is just give that a little bit of a shake at this point, because that helps to prevent them from sticking to the bottom of the tray, but oh, looking good. Now I'm going to pull those out. I am just going to turn them over one more time just to make sure all the chips are nice and golden brown on the outside. That's it, I've turned them over for the second time. Just going to pop them in. Might just give them another 5 minutes, maybe 10 at the most. So leave those cooking and then we can pull them out and try one. So I left my chips only for another 5 minutes and I reckon they're done. Again, give it a quick shake. That's it, just loosens them up. Beautiful looking chips. Oh, let's put them on the table and we're going to try one. Now with these chips, I like a little bit of malt vinegar on mine. So I'm just going to give it a quick splash. Lovely. Now I'm going to put them on a plate and we're going to try one. I've got some tomato ketchup all at the ready, always nice. Let's just try one. It's going to be hot at the moment though, but let's have a go. Oh, look at that chip. That looks delish. Let me just try that. Hot. And really lovely, soft in the middle, nice and crispy on the outside. Oh, and that vinegar as well, absolutely delicious. Lovely, really hot though, but oh, so soft and yummy inside. Now, I'm just going to try one more, because I'm going to try a bit of ketchup. Oh, yeah. I mean, obviously with these chips, you could serve them up with whatever you want, but they're just nice on their own even. To be honest, these are so delicious. I could eat them all, but I won't. I'm going to share them out with my guests. Absolutely lovely though, and simple to do. And I think they're a little bit healthier than just sort of deep fat frying them. And with the olive oil, wonderful flavour it gives it. Thanks for watching my videos. I hope you enjoy. And if you want something to go with the chips, why not try out fish and chips? I've done a really nice fish with a sort of batter and beautiful. So thanks for watching my videos. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like what I do, rate me video as well. Always appreciated. See you on the next one. All the best. The original Naked Chef. Oh, let's grab that last one.